All right, your next projects have to do with your individual project. So your group is taken care of. Groups 1, 3, and 5, parenting styles. Groups 2, 4, and 6, perspective taking. Now, you have the choice of one or the other. Once again, the timeline is found under the timeline section in eLearn, and all of this is there in writing if you need it. But you pick one or the other. This first one is a timeline of my life, it says. And your directions is draw a timeline of your life with major physical, emotional, and social developmental milestones. Feel free to use a web tool of your choice or make this by hand. I've supplied the address of a web tool, Time Toast. If you'd like to try it after completing this assignment, put it in the Dropbox. And I remind you to have some fun. So I do have underneath the same section a Time Toast website that you can go to if you want to build a timeline online, and then just send me that link, however you want to handle your business, if you want to do it by hand, however you want to. But I want the major physical, emotional, and social developmental milestones. It might be a best friend. It might be when it's all about you. I don't know, just self-efficacy, self-confidence, some of those terms, a sense of self. When did you get to have where you had a sense of yourself? Any of those terms about sense of self, go ahead and include that on this timeline. So that is the first one that you have the choice of doing. It's either this one, or there's another one that says it's all about me. This one looks a little more intimidating, but I don't think it's any more work. You're going to create 4 graphs for this assignment. You can design your graphs using some type of web tool, or you can draw them by hand. Doesn't make any difference to me. But for your convenience, I've once again provided the Create a Graph website in this section of eLearn that you're free to use to assist you with this assignment if you so choose. It's right underneath this assignment, actually. If you have another graphing making web tool, feel free to use it. I'm just giving this one as an example to you, something you could use if it will help. All right, so the first graph is going to be about the self-perception. First, make a graph that depicts the highs and lows in your life from kindergarten through this year of school. And you're going to graph your self-perceptions. Okay, the second, third, and fourth graphs come under self-efficacy. You'll make a graph for each of the categories below that shows the highs and lows in your life in the following categories. So, subjects, math, English, reading, history, writing. You're going to do the very same thing in graphing your self-efficacy. How high was your self-efficacy when you were in math, English, reading, history, and writing for that same era, kindergarten through the present grade? Then let's look at the liberal arts. Same thing, another graph. Dance, singing, playing a musical instrument, theater. Feel free to add other subjects to this list that fall into liberal arts. And then the last graph under this one, where there's the 3, the last one is sports: football, basketball, baseball, softball, volleyball, golf, hockey. Feel free to add other subjects. If I've not included something that you've played, feel free to. After completing this assignment, put your graphs in the Dropbox. If you do them by hand, you may need to scan them in if you do have scanning capabilities. If you don't, the library has scanning machines. You can also bring them to me in class, and I'll grade them just like I did your projects last week. Most of all, I want to remind you, have some fun doing this. So you're going to have one that is about your self-perception, kindergarten through the present year, and then you're going to look at self-efficacy and have 3 graphs, one about the subjects, academic subjects, liberal arts, and the sports from that same era. How do you feel? How do you feel in those areas as far as self-efficacy goes? Okay, that is your individual. Pick one of these.